Good morning. Welcome to We Are Live in St. Louis, Grand Center, St. Louis, Missouri, Midcoast Studio. Check out midcoast.media to see what we've been up to. Excited to be here on a Friday. My name's Chris Denman. I'm joined in studio by the wonderful Tommy the intern.
My pants are green.
Sweating in New York, Marvis Morell. Good morning, Travis. Oh, he's namasteing. Namaste in bed. The wonderful producer of the program, curator of polls, controller of the stream. Good morning, Chris Gardner.
Good morning, gentlemen in St. Louis. Good morning, gentleman. Revolutionary.
Oh, there it was.
Oh, that's nice.
A man finding his voice.
Mm.
In Brooklyn, New York, Travis Terrell. Good morning. And good morning to the nuts of WAL. The walnuts.
Wow. There's a little Keith Morrison of you.
Oh. Oh.
The only thing never
Oh.
mind. I messed up, so I'm not going to finish.
Oh.
On the show today, we've got a Trav
Ah.
view. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
On the video screen. Keith Morrison looking
You
like
see
a
him coming,
White
run.
Walker. Yeah.
Run. It's like if you see Elliot Davis. Run.
Yeah. You don't want to be around for that. You're about to get...
Is he like the Elliot Davis of murderers?
Right.
Nothing good has happened if you see Keith Morrison coming your way.
That sucks. That's a good point.
He looks like the crypt keeper if he became a reporter.
Locking it in. We've got a Trav U today. Travis, 35 years of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Man, we're the same age as the Turtles, bro. The Great American Race.
Isn't that crazy?
It really is. Produced by Dick Wolf, by the way.
The Law and Order guy?
Was it really?
I think so. I don't know. No, Fred Wolf. No, that's not right.
Okay, none of that's right.
Yep, there it is.
Okay,
We have
so you're just going to lie. Okay, you son of a bitch.
We learned from
Thanks,
you,
Chris.
Dad.
We have a new segment, Buyer's Remorse. What's this, Gardner?
Well,
boy.
it's going to be a couple different things, actually. There's going to be some versatility within the segment. Today, Tommy is going to highlight an item. Tommy likes to find trinkets and
do.
things to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I waste a lot of my money.
Yeah.
And I waste a lot of it on eBay and at flea markets. So I was like, if I'm going to be looking through these things anyway and finding weird shit, I might as well tell other people about it.
Yeah.
And so that's what that is.
So he's going to have 3 items that he has maybe marked on eBay as possibilities for something he would be interested in buying. And then at other points, too, we're going to send Tommy to a flea market with his grandma
Maybe this weekend.
with $20, and we'll see what he comes back with for $20. So it's going to be a couple of different things. And let's try not to sell your grandmother's plates in front of her while
Well,
you're at the flea market,
you
if
know
you
what?
would.
That could be rough.
You know what?
That would be inappropriate, Tommy.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Nothing matters, to be honest.
Nothing matters.
But I think Tommy matters because if I understand correctly, he was performing last night at Southtown Pub.
Oh.
He did a great job. He opened up the show. Thanks to everybody for coming out. Hilarious group of people, an all-star cast of sorts. It was a lot of fun.
Do you have a surprise?
Tommy, can you give us some of your routine?
If you show up at Southtown Pub each Thursday, whenever he's there, you can see it.
It was...
But can I get a sample? I can't make that flight.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Which part should I give him?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Insulting me.
Why am I insulted? How is that insulting?
Consulting me.
Oh.
Calm down the defenses, kid. Happy Friday,
It's his
everybody.
nature.
Yeah, it is. Wah!
Like father, like son. Look at him.
Do you want to turn into this? Ugh. Let's see. Last night, your new one did really well.
Yeah.
Is that
It
the
did.
Lowe's one?
It did.
Lowe's
Okay.
did well.
I like the
Thank
The
you.
Lowe's
Lowe's
one.
joke did well.
It
Yeah.
did.
I like the Lowe's
It
joke.
is a good one.
That was
Tom.
that was a longer thing that I'd never done before, so.
I thought it did well, and I think everybody was like, "Yeah, you did need a better dad." That's how people responded. They're like, "Yeah, this kid he was brought up wrong."
Oh, no.
Oh wow.
Oh my.
But yeah, so let me,
The great Nathan Orton stopped by. You asked,
Oh,
special
really?
guest. He did a little guest spot, and then Rafe Williams did a 10. Well, he went 12 minutes, and it was hilarious and
was
great.
so good.
He had an 8-minute story that he's doing at Delmar Hall this Saturday for the live podcast Risk. So Rafe gave us the preview. He'd never done it before, and everyone was eating out of the palm of his hand,
so good.
dying and laughing.
Really?
It was great. Very, very funny.
Good.
So yeah, it was fun. And then Chris Sear, who's our guest today, closed it out with about 110 minutes of comedy
Yeah.
at the end of the night. So it was a great night.
Excuse me?
Hey, Travis, I got a line for you. All right, I'll do this.
Okay, here we
line.
go. I'm
All right.
ready. Here we
Tell
go.
me what you think of this. I used to work at Lowe's. I shouldn't have. The only reason I got the job is because my mom was the manager. Technically, I was sleeping with the boss, but only when I had nightmares. There you go. There you go.
A lot of Lowe's jokes.
Yeah. Somebody got sent to go buy mouse traps, and he was like, there's a lot to work with in here.
No, I really did. I really did work at.
Shit, Tommy.
I really did work
See,
at
Tommy, I
Lowe's.
like that joke. That joke can travel. That joke can travel.
Thank
It'll do well, certainly in St. Louis, because a lot of the audience will certainly relate. But I think that joke travels well. If you brought that out to the East Coast, I think people would certainly
my
chuckle at that.
God.
Thank you. Thank
What's
you.
a Lowe's?
And by
They used to
Who's
do,
low? Go ahead.
They used to do ceremonies at Lowe's called Red Vest. It was
Wait,
like,
did you actually work there?
I really did work there
Oh,
for like 6 months. It was
Okay.
the worst thing I've
Dope.
ever done.
that's a horrible decision.
It was
about
a
your
horrible
upper
dis-
body strength? How
Look
are
at
you
me.
able to-
Well, that's the thing, because like they put me down in lumber. Yeah, they have me doing lumber, right? And so I was. He's losing it. They'd put me down at a cash register, and I would work the morning shift, right? So I would get there at like 5:30 in the morning, and then the store would open at 6, and then the contractors would all come in because it was a summer job when all the contractors were coming in, and they figured out that I couldn't lift very many things. It didn't take long. So they started putting like expensive things under bags of concrete. So they'd buy like 2 bags of concrete and then try and walk out with like a power tool. And after like several times of people walking out with expensive equipment, they put another person down there on the shift with me. And she was an old lady.
They trusted her more than
Yeah, her name was Paula.
Oh, Paula.
Tommy.
Her name was Paula.
Paula.
And she would lift those things every day.
Oh.
And then she would call me God's little miracle.
Oh no. You've killed him. You've killed him. Oh, you've killed him. Oh no. Oh, Tommy. What was her name?
Paula.
Paula, bless her heart. Did she know your whole story?
Yeah.
Oh, you
She was-
shared with Paula.
She was friends with my mom, so my mom had
Oh.
already told. So everybody.
Oh my God! Oh no! No!
Are
Well, you've
how would
killed
you-
Chris
How
Gardner.
would you say it?
Ah, you God's little miracle, aren't you? And here's the thing. Before I started working there, my mom would tell everybody about her sick kid,
Oh no.
which was me.
Oh, she did work there too?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, you were
yeah.
the manager's kid also?
Yeah. This is the
Oh.
only reason I got the job.
Oh, no.
And so she would tell everybody about her little sick kid. And then everybody was really excited when he came to work with everybody.
Until you
until
showed up
they
with a
met
bad
me.
attitude and a bunch of anime discussion.
No. I would watch Supernatural in the break room
Oh.
and eat chicken Alfredo and get made fun of by some of the other guys. Anyway, that's it. That's my portion of the show.
Holy!
I got broke Travis.
From Elizabeth, Tommy is like a cute little Robert Crumb.
Thank you.
Chris
can't
Sear, our
catch
guest in
myself.
the second hour, commenting is asking if Travis is in a bird sanctuary. I was wondering myself. We've lost Travis. He's blacked
we
out.
got another Chiron to put up. Then. Okay. Whew. Whew.
Are you okay?
No,
Okay.
I'm just like the way you told that story. I could visualize it so well.
Well, I like the part that his mom actually worked at
I
at
don't
Lowe's,
I don't lie on stage.
and they were excited to meet the little miracle, and then this pretentious little shit shows up, and he's judging their TV choices.
This
and
was
they're
ba-
like, Art, I thought you were sick. What's going on?
This was
here?"
back when I had long, dyed black hair.
Oh,
Can we get
no.
a picture at some point?
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of long dyed black hair in your Lowe's smock?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
That'd be great.
I have a picture of me in an electric blue suit and red hair.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good time to tell you about Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. They are our partners, and you can check them out in the Midtown downtown area today, 11 to 1 at 2350 Market Street. Full schedule on their Facebook page. That's Buzz's Hawaiian Grill, serving you wonderful Hawaiian fare throughout the St. Louis area, which you two went on a lunch date.
Yeah.
You hit up Buzz's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I really liked their poke.
Oh
I
my
got-
gosh, you
which-
get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Gardner, you're a man of comforts and food.
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Well, I don't like seafood or fish.
Oh, it's a great place to go then. They do have chicken.
I
They
made
did.
him go.
Yeah.
I was driving.
I had the chicken yakitori, I believe it is,
Nice.
which is it's basically the same as, the poke. It's the same setup with the rice and the macaroni salad, which is delightful.
Oh, doctor, get you a slice of pineapple.
And then yes,
Yep.
and then so just replacing the poke with the chicken.
Sure.
And that was more than enough. It was delightful.
I'm proud of you.
Mhm.
Good work, everybody.
I didn't Buzz was so busy I didn't get a chance to say hello to him though.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh man.
I kind of peeked around the corner from the window in the truck and saw him back there, but I couldn't. I didn't want to bug him.
Right.
Yeah, hey, Buzz! Especially when like a girl's like taking my card and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
I just like, peek my head in there while she's trying to talk to me.
No,
Seemed kind of rude.
Makes sense. You're a comforting guy. Travis, Chris Sear was asking if you're in a bird sanctuary.
Why would I be at a bird sanctuary?
People are asking, commenting. There's chirping in the background. That's
Maybe
why.
I don't think people realize that, there are birds in New York.
I saw. I'm not kidding. You want to?
Haven't you seen
that
Home
what
Alone
the-
2? The bird lady?
People
Yeah.
are weird. Do you think like all wildlife and animals die in New York? It's morning time. The birds are out singing. Why wouldn't you hear birds?
I saw.
If I live in a high-rise apartment near trees where birds are located, wouldn't it make sense for you to hear birds?
Do you live in
Have
a
you
high-rise
people never left your house?
Do you live in a high-rise apartment though?
Yeah.
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 This morning, Tower Grove Park, pulling through, going down the road. I turned left, and I was like, boy, that is a big ass. Oh, that's a hawk. And I was like, oh, that's
Oh,
a
my.
huge hawk. Hawk disemboweling a giant pigeon right
Oh.
in front of my vehicle. I just stopped, and I was like, yeah, get it. Get after it. Then he flew off with it. That's a healthy pull for a hawk in the
why
morning.
you wish,
So,
like, your
good morning to you, Mr. Hawk.
That's where you wish like your passenger was Sir David Attenborough.
Yes.
Like at that moment.
Work through it,
Hey.
or at least Beebs.
Hey, talk about it. Talk about what's happening right
Just give me a play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
there. Quick story, and I'll keep it brief, but I heard a story yesterday at my local watering hole. Sean, friend of the show, participates in Dogs on Film. He almost got into a fight in the alley yesterday.
I'm sorry?
I know.
5'3", career alcoholic Sean.
Almost got in a fight in the alley behind the bar.
How'd it
With
go?
who?
A guy who was dumpster diving.
Lenny Dykstra?
Oh man,
Good question.
nice pull,
Apparently
Tommy.
there was a guy
Yeah.
like on top of the dumpster diving, and like Sean's pulling his car through the alley, and there's apparently a tire in the dumpster, and the guy took it and just threw it into the alley like in front of Sean's car, and just out of nowhere yelled and called him like MFer, and Sean's like, you're the MFer, blah 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 blah, and then like starts escalating,
Oh
and then
my.
Sean gets out of his car and runs after the guy.
Ran after him?
Ran after him, made it like 3 steps, and his shoe fell off, and then he fell down in the alley. And then he's got scrapes on his elbows and knees. And I go, so what would have happened if you would have caught the guy? He's like, I wasn't going to catch him. I go, then what the hell were you doing? He's like, I made a mistake, okay? But the guy threw a tire at him off a dumpster.
Undone by his own shoe.
I'm like, why is your shoe falling off?
I'm
He's
trying
like,
to.
I don't know, and I didn't know it fell off. I go, it's because you can't feel your feet because of the diabetes.
If you've ever thought about physically fighting someone and you trip over your shoe on the way to it, like don't do that. Stop.
Oh, Sean,
I
God's little
think
miracle.
it's very clear. It's very clear that either we do a reality show with Sean and Tommy, or I take the next 3 months here in New York, sketching out a potential sitcom between the two, or at least
Yep.
about the two.
What would we call that?
Because frankly, you can call it whatever you want, my friend. As long as I can get every single detail of you two's lives,
Yeah.
I could turn around and be a very rich man by this time next year.
No.
Because
I'd have to
this
get
is
a cut.
comedy gold.
I'd have to get a cut.
Oh, of course, you're being an
I'll
actor
give you
or something, or a writer in this.
Yeah,
thing.
you'll be a part. Yeah, be a producer or something. I'll give you a producer credit.
We'll call it God's
Cool.
Little Miracles. Yep, there it is. There's the show.
There it
Got
is. We're done.
Who plays Paula?
Paul is going to be a breakout star in this, I get the feeling.
Guys, despite the blistering start.
What about Grandmama Evans?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
Paula
The-
still works there.
So can
Oh,
we go,
Jesus.
We'll go interview her
we
about
go
this.
talk to Paula?
We can go.
Yeah.
Like the store I
Well,
worked
she's
at
coming
got
on the
shut
show.
down, but she moved to another store.
Good
What
for
store?
Paula.
I'm not sure. I just know she works with my mom again.
So it's in Illinois.
No, it's in Missouri. My mom works in Missouri now.
Okay. A Lowe's
think-
in Missouri.
She
Let's
works
not
by the
give
one by.
people to Lowe's.
Yeah,
Let's not.
yeah.
We don't
it's-
need some do-gooder doing a Facebook Live with some poor woman named Paula.
No,
that
that's
happens to work at
exactly what
Lowe's.
we need. That's exactly
Damn
what
it,
I was
Gardner.
thinking. Yeah.
Damn it,
So-
Gardner. On the show today, we'll give away $10 to Southtown Pub. Fair or foul, this is an interesting one. What you do is we give you a topic. Then, at the end of the show, we read your responses to the topic. Email us, wal@weareliveradio.com. That's WAL @weareliveradio.com. Give us a sentence, a paragraph, whatever it is. Fair or foul each and every day. What's the topic today, Gardner?
All right.
Explain yourself.
This is going to be a hashtag. The hashtag is going to be the fair or foul, and it's what was trending when I woke up yesterday morning at 5 o'clock, and I, hop on Twitter real quick to see if I missed anything overnight, just to see if, the world was coming to an end at all. I like to check that in the morning, and it hadn't, but there was something trending. It was hashtag dick pic alternatives. Hashtag dick pic alternatives. I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I could take a guess, could venture a guess at that point, but I didn't explore it. But I was just like, oh, it's going to be one of these days. This is what's trending at 5 o'clock in the morning when I wake up. So your fair or foul is hashtag dick pic alternatives. That's your fair or foul for this Friday.
I'm looking it up now. Here we go.
Oh, I don't know.
What does that
Tom.
even mean? Like, instead of sending a D pic,
Yeah.
Tom Brown was discussing this last night.
Oh, really?
Not going to give it away, but yeah, on stage. What do you do instead of a picture of food? Like, that'll really get somebody going.
Or
The top one. Do you guys want the answer to the top one?
yeah.
The front and back of your credit card.
There you go. See, I was down the right path.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you sending, Travis? I'm sending a picture of a red panda. That's right.
The Chinese acrobat?
No.
Oh.
The animal. Or an otter.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Otter.
Otter.
Okay. So we're sending animals instead of
Why an
D-pics.
otter? Why an otter?
You ever see an otter eat something? It's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Oh,
Right.
okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah, that's right. Set the tone. Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
Nibble on those toes, baby.
What would I send as
Is
an
he
I don't.
frozen?
alternative?
Okay,
Is
that's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think of what I would send as an alternative. If like I was
You like a screenshot of the last Pokemon you caught?
no, I leveled up though last night at
Good.
Southtown.
He told me.
31.
He told me out loud. I'm 35 years old, and another grown man who's well into old enough to being into the military yelled across a bar at a comedy show, "Hey Chris, I leveled up at Pokemon," and I thought, you know, I could have been a laborer. It's like, I could be a welder or something.
But now you
Talk to
got
men.
me.
I got a text from Tommy stating that.
Yeah.
No,
with
I'm
an
proud
image.
of you. Good for you.
I said, this is huge. I didn't really know what's going
Yeah.
on, but
I
I was-
appreciate his enthusiasm.
I was very excited. That means that I got some new items that I wasn't previously allowed to get.
okay.
I got 10 Max
Can I just say
Levi's.
that you guys just completely blew past the fact that Chris said he could have been a laborer, like it was true?
We didn't
I
want to.
could have chosen. I could
All
have chose
right.
to be a welder
Let's break
instead
this
of
down.
instead of ending
All
up
right.
in where I'm
I
at
mean,
now.
look, those guys are still in decent shape. Are we really saying right now that Chris Dimmick could have been a laborer? Let's look at Chris
Still can.
Chris,
and
what
let's
do you
pull up.
bench?
Let's pull up some pictures. That's a
how I
good
know.
question.
What does that mean to you, Tommy?
It means.
Do you know what a bench press is?
Yeah, it's the thing where you go.
Yes, that is push press. But yeah, okay, there you go.
Did you go, huh, huh?
Yeah, because I
Chris
gotta
keeps
I gotta
saying he
breathe
could have been a
out. So it's-
laborer.
I don't think you realize how little work laborers do at times. Also, Travis, like, come on, I could have taken that path. I could have been the guy standing there,
Yeah.
pointing at the hole, going, "Yep, good job, fellas."
you know you gotta work up to that, right?
You do. I could have cleaned up trash off a construction site for 10 years.
My brother's
this.
a laborer, and he doesn't like it.
No one does.
But he's pretty
But he
toned.
puts in an honest day's work.
Yeah.
I think that's why my dad used to bring me with him on. My dad was a roofer for I don't know how
Oh,
long.
God.
And my dad used to
No.
bring me with him on
Chris was a
like,
roofer.
No, I wasn't.
tear-offs and that on the weekends where he was making extra money, and he would give me some money for it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the reason he did it as well was to let me know, hey,
You ain't about that
stay
life.
focused. I know my son's personality. This life might not be for you. So, there I am, tearing off shingles in the heat, picking up nails, fell off the roof once into the dumpster. Just working with, like at that time, like the tar, working with the tar thing. It was not the best.
How much?
My dad once, this is ridiculous that he did this. He hates blood. Like it makes him queasy. And this is my dad. To me, he was a tough guy growing up, roofer. Like, and I mentioned before when he coached baseball, shaved head, goatee, Oakleys, that kind of look. Was using a crowbar to get something off
Jim
a roof.
the Anvil Neidhart inspired.
And that crowbar, as he's doing this, bam, into his wrist. And then whoosh, blood comes out. Pulls the crowbar
delicious.
out. Bends the wrist and has to drive himself to the hospital, like trying to, and it's just like,
Like this?
Like-
Did he hold it out like this?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I
never
wasn't with
Brutal.
Oh.
him. He fell off a 3-story roof once.
That so many people do that.
Like, broke, and it was because the shingles were stacked wrong. He was at the bottom of the roof, and whoever stacked it, the shingles came off, and they have
Oh,
and the roof was
no.
steep enough where they had 2x4s
Where it slid
on there.
down?
Yeah, and it slid down, and it was just ripping the
That's
2x4s.
awful.
So he saw it coming, and he was at the bottom and knew there was nothing he could do. So he had to
Oh,
just
that's
watch this
horrible.
come, and then fall. And then I guess a neighbor heard him fall or something. He broke like 6 ribs, splintered 2 of them,
Jesus.
fractured 3 vertebrae, and it was like, ugh. So like watching all that stuff. Yeah, I never wanted to do that.
So
No.
You
knowing
got the
that
lesson.
laborers actually have to do actual work, are we still going to let Chris slide with that statement?
I
once-
bring it back around.
I once rehabbed a house.
Oh boy.
Tommy.
Black Sheep says
Here's
Chris
what I
could
would
have been
say.
the slow down sign guy on Highway.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that
There
count?
Okay.
There are
That
members
That makes
that do that. Don't forget that.
that's true. Okay.
That's
See,
like
Chris
the
can be
Walmart
that, or-
greeter of laborers.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
we're thinking of labor, I see what you're thinking of there, Travis. Is that we're thinking the guys who are just constantly going and working and doing. There are
Men.
other, huh?
Men. Exactly.
Yeah.
Men's
Not
the
men.
term. Yeah.
We are not men.
I did more physical labor in one summer than Travis.
Here we
has
go.
in his
Here we
enti-
go.
in his
Here we go.
entire-
What did you do?
His entire.
What did you
name
do?
it. Name it. See
No.
that building over
Back
there?
in
I built it.
1999.
I'm asking. You name
Back
it.
in 99.
There's literally 1,000 projects.
Why do you make him sound like a grandma?
I don't know. I don't even know. I like how Tommy thinks he has me cornered. Whatever. Literally, like from the age of 7 to 25, all I did on the weekends was like build things and help out, crush through all kinds of stuff. So whatever. Laborer has many different connotations, Travis. I don't fancy myself a finished carpenter. I could absolutely pick up nails on a job site, though. That's for sure.
My dad, he does a lot of woodworking. Like he builds chairs and bowls and stuff. And
Did he ever?
Yeah, he does.
Ever make you anything special?
no, but
I didn't know the answer to that, and I feel bad now. Go
but
ahead.
he keeps trying to get me to get into it, and I don't know how to tell him that like it's probably just not for me.
I don't know. I think once you realize the potential that you could make little figurines of aliens, you could make superheroes, little
I
wooden
could-
figurines.
I could handcraft my own friends.
Like the photo you sent me yesterday.
Yes.
You damn. Oh,
What's happening?
this happened.
Okay, what is this?
This guy here
What is
apparently,
this? Why?
makes
if
these
you're listening at home,
figurines.
these are life-size
and
figurines.
the guy over his right shoulder, I can't place it, but he looks like they're a bit actor. There's an actor that looks like, and I can't think of who the F it is, and it's been bothering me.
It
It's
is.
the Arquette that was in The Wedding Singer.
Is it? I don't know. There's a guy, and I can see his face, and I can't figure out who it is, and I'm like, oh my God, his soul is trapped inside of there now.
Okay, so Tommy, describe this for the folks at home. What's going on?
So I
in
saw
here?
this on Twitter yesterday. I don't even remember what it says, but basically this man here
This older
builds.
man looks to be about in his mid-60s.
Yeah, this man builds people.
Out of what?
Wood. And then he dresses them up and gives them little wigs. And it's pretty good.
So
Right.
this is what you would end up being, right here.
I don't think I'd end up being that mad.
Look in those eyes. Look in those guys. That
Oh,
guy's.
I
If
don't-
you watch The Walking Dead or read the comics,
what- they look like
They
whisperers.
look like the Whisperers, which are people who take zombie skin and they make masks out of them.
All of you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah.
This is so disgusting.
Here's something
This
better.
is so
he,
gross.
he keeps them in his shed.
Of
Yeah.
course. Do you think they're all out there talking and everything?
Oh, there's a real creepy GIF that somebody made too. Look at this GIF.
Did the story say what state?
I'm going with
no.
I'm going with Northern Maine.
But the guy's an actor, so I'm gonna look him up.
This was from South Bank Center,
Yeah, it looks like something that
Um,
would be in a Stephen King book.
and it says Throwback Thursday to our 2015 SC Festival of Love when actor Jim Broadbent exhibited his people. They have people in quotes. The amazing carved figures that he creates in his shed. Did you see them? And
How
then,
many does he have?
I don't know.
Too many is the answer to
The-
that.
the
Yeah, I guess
responses-
one too many is probably.
The responses are as you would expect, though. I mean, people were like,
People,
what-
sheer horror.
Yeah, like
calling
what the
the
hell
cops.
is this?
He played an Archmaester in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he definitely did. That's where he's from. That's absolutely. Yeah. Oh boy.
Why does that doesn't make it better?
No, but yeah, he
That-
keeps his wooden statues, and it's
South City Tone said he was in Harry Potter as well.
was he?
That's what South City Tone said, and you
I
can't
believe
take
him.
that for anything else. Tommy is shaming.
Can we
a-
just also just acknowledge that those two instances they have a lot of kids on set? Has anyone done a background check of this particular actor?
It's a fair question.
Well,
Tommy is shaming a fellow puppet maker. I think there's an unwritten
someone
rule
on the
about
job
that.
first.
This
Black
isn't.
sheep.
These aren't puppets.
See, now that's good work. He did good work on Keith Morrison.
Uh-huh.
Did he
I'm-
carve Keith Morrison, or was that a real photo?
No, that was a real photo.
You
That's-
sorry.
You
That-
son of a bitch.
unintentionally, that's the funniest thing you've said in at least
You
a month
son
on this
of
show.
a bitch.
My bad. I'm sorry.
We do. We've got a Traview today. Our fair or foul is out there. We've got a melee as well. It looks like Gardner. Did you put it up on Twitter?
There's Horace Slughorn in Harry Potter.
There you go.
Anyway.
Never seen it.
Nerds.
Cool. We do have a melee.
Bridget Jones as well from Elizabeth.
And it's tied into the Traview. So the melee is, which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is your favorite? Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, or Raphael?
Great question. What's your answer, Gardner?
Mine is Raphael.
Of course. Cantankerous.
Or should I say Raphael? Or Raphael?
Not sure.
Which one's yours?
Oh, boy. Back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Michelangelo was fun, but practicality takes you to Leonardo.
Leonardo, he was basically the leader, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He had the bow.
He had
No.
the sword. You old fuck.
Who had the bow?
Donatello.
Donatello.
Donatello. Okay.
When did Donatello have
I
a
was
bow?
I was a huge Raphael person. I'm with Gardner on that one.
I was
Especially
like-
when the movies came out. He
Yeah.
was cantankerous, and he had like a Wolverine feel to him.
Yeah, he was
Like he was a
angry.
guy that just is very angry for obvious reasons. He was a teenage human boy, and then he got turned into a freaking turtle.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed off too.
Of course.
So-
I don't know if that's how it went.
That's not what really happened.
Or what really happened.
He did. That's what happened in the cartoon.
No, they were baby turtles and a baby rat and like a rat, and they got
The ooze.
the ooze spilled on them.
Mm-hmm. There were no children harmed in the making of those turtles.
So they grew
Oh,
up
so they
as
didn't.
mutated turtles.
So they didn't. Oh, I thought the kids got kidnapped by a Splinter.
No.
And then
By
he-
this big old
No,
rat.
and Splinter.
Splinter was actually running a child sex ring, it seems.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
No.
I don't remember Donatello ever having a bow.
What would he have used?
What was his weapon?
He had the
Idiot.
staff.
That's the same thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
it.
When
Oh, not a bow and arrow.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He had the
We're good.
staff.
So we've got that up on Twitter at We Are Live Radio. Be sure to vote on that. We'll give you the results at the end of it. Do we want it since we're talking
Leonardo
turtles?
also, by the way, it was a katana. It was a katana. It's not a sword. This is
Okay.
Teenage
It's not
Mutant
medieval
Ninja
times. It's a
Turtles.
katana. Stop being
Teenage
idiots.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Katana
Know your Ninja
Turtles in a
Turtles.
half shell.
All right.
Turtle
What-
power.
Do you want to do the Traview today or right now?
In just a moment,
Sure.
we'll get to that. But I wanted Tommy. Tommy, do you have some details here for us?
For which one?
It's summer solstice.
Oh yeah, it is the summer solstice. Yeah, I forgot.
It's the summer
Uh,
The
solstice.
summer solstice.
Yeah, longest day of the year.
So this is gonna be pretty quick because I did it like 10 minutes ago. This is a two truths and a lie type scenario. All right, guys.
Okay.
So what I need you guys
Okay.
to do is I need you all to take your guesses. I didn't tell Gardner, so he can play too. Gardner just made me do it. All right.
Really, really getting people excited the way you're breaking this down.
Just
All
so
right.
you know, you can't use that in the court of law. It's been tried and it doesn't work as a defense.
I know. I
Okay.
know. No, but no, this is really cool. I got to learn some interesting facts about the summer solstice, and I actually made one up. So here we go. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, the first fact is Stonehenge lines up perfectly with the summer solstice. This was meant to like keep a yearly calendar. That's what a lot of people think. All right, that's the first one. The second one is that in some cultures, the people will stay up from the sunrise the next day to the sunset at the end of the solstice for like health stuff. They think it like helps with their health. Who's laughing?
That's me.
All right, and the
Health
last
stuff.
one. In Alaska, the solstice is celebrated with a midnight baseball game that stretches way into the morning.
Huh.
What are we picking here?
Which one's the lie?
The second
One
one.
with the baseball one. It's got to be the baseball one.
I was gonna go with the second one too.
What was the second one?
That certain cultures, they'll stay up from sunrise to sunset.
Okay, yeah, I'm going with the baseball one.
That was the second one.
The second one.
That was
Woo!
the second one.
I didn't think it was a Stonehenge one
No, people
Um,
really do play a midnight base.
because I had a photo of
You
the
kind of
Stonehenge
cheated
one.
then.
Well, I get stuff for our show, Tommy.
That's fair.
This is the first
I
thing that
shouldn't have
like
let you
pops
play.
up.
All right.
Sorry.
But no, in Alaska, they really do play a baseball game that goes way into the morning. Like it starts at 10 p.m.
That's pretty cool.
and they play it until the sun goes down.
Do you know which city?
No, but I can probably look it up really quick.
Okay.
It
I was
started
just
in
curious.
1906.
Do you know?
Don't.
That's why I'm asking
I
you.
used to do that one
Yeah,
too.
That was
I used to
prime comedy.
do that one too.
Once
State capital comedy.
that's how we do it here on We Are Live. Legends in our own right. Nice job, Tommy. Travis?
Fairbanks.
Fairbanks. All right.
Okay,
Travis,
that makes sense.
how'd that whooping feel, buddy?
Boom in my face.
That's
Felt like I
right.
just got dunked on.
That's right. Don't forget
You
it.
got me there, Tommy.
You want to do a Traview now, Travis?
Let's get to the Traview.
It sucks.
Traview, where Travis reviews things creatively, and we call it the Traview. What do you got for us today, Trav?
Nickelodeon presents 35 years of TMNT, or as you young folks know them, as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's a Center for Media called the Paley, and it's one in New York, and then there's another one in LA. And basically, it's a center to celebrate all things in modern media. There's a festival that takes place every summer where they bring in some of the bigger TV shows, and they bring in the cast where they sit down. The audience gets to ask questions. Big Q&A session for you to meet some of your heroes. All the major shows have done it. Game of Thrones has done it. I know The Walking Dead has done it several times. But it's just an opportunity for you to get a little bit behind the scenes look at some of the things that you're currently watching on television. So it's a very cool experience. It's an opportunity to basically get up close personal with some of your heroes. And the exhibit that's taking place this summer is in celebration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And every weekend, all the way through July, they're going to pick certain moments out of the series, and they're going to bring in some of the actors, some of the animators, and of course, they'll bring in the actual characters, and you'll have an opportunity to take pictures with them and talk with some of the writers about how they came up with the attitude for Raphael and how they decided to make Master Splinter this father figure. So it's a really cool experience for all those TV nerds who grew up on the Ninja Turtles. As you can see, their look has changed over the years to be a little bit more relatable to the children of this current generation, but the premise still stands. Their brothers who defend New York City against, of course, Shredder and his many, many minions.
Wait, I thought that was a
The
different
foot
movie.
soldiers.
Yeah, but foot soldiers, you're right. But Tommy's a great example of how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles continues to just
35 years.
still strike a ton of interest from previous generations. Tommy, how long have you been watching?
I've been watching since I was very little. They have
Ben watching? You still watch?
I watch them with my 4-year-old brother when they're on Nickelodeon. But like I was a big fan of the anime series that was on probably Nickelodeon when I was little. But then when I got to be about 10, my mom bought us the original series on DVD, and then I think I love those more than I like the anime version. And then like I said, it's still on every once in a while, and I watch it with my little brother.
Right.
And I have a whole box of toys in my basement from the Ninja Turtles. Like I have an entire...
Let's talk about that.
Down
Let's
there
talk
with his
about the
puppets.
toys. But no, that we had a conversation at the Sesame Street Fellowship about that, because we all grew up from modest means, and so we were discussing what toys did our parents eventually give in and allow us to buy. Because normally when I was growing up, when we went to the store, you were not to ask for anything. Mom already had a list of things that they needed to get. We're budgeting here, so I can't go outside that budget. But from time to time, if you pouted enough, mom or dad would be more than willing to get you a couple toys. And that toy for me was always the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I didn't, and that's actually one of the few, I think, things I had growing up where my parents were like, all right, fine. If it's better than going out and getting guns and a drug. If he wants to play with Ninja Turtles, then let that be Ninja Turtles. So they would always support me in my purchases and collections of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles memorabilia.
I think I've told it before, but I was bribed with a digital Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles handheld game. Once I was thrown off a horse at the age of like 5 or 6, I can't remember, and so we wouldn't have to get rid of said horse. We went ahead and kept it between me and Pops, and I just showed up for no reason with a game at home for sure.
Rich
and,
boy.
Because my dad tells it, he would be like, he was like, oh man, he's like, I thought he was gonna die. Like, gets thrown off this horse, it's a huge horse, 5, 6 years old. I'm, crying or something, and he's like, hey buddy, how are you doing? And then basically he's like, what can I do to help? Maybe we could just keep this quiet. And immediately I just like stopped crying. I was like, a Ninja Turtle handheld game it'd probably make me feel better.
You bribed
Immediately.
You blackmailed your father?
No, it was offered. Never said a word either. Kept my
No, you were blackmailed.
kept my
You
deal.
blackmailed your father.
Did that horse
it was
even
offered.
throw you off?
Yeah,
Did you
it's just
jump
a
off?
It was a clever fall.
Clever.
So Gardner, write this down that Tommy steals from his grandmother. Chris has blackmailed his father. Okay.
So,
I was spoiled.
me too.
Grandma and Grandpa, like they would take care of me. It's hard for me to pinpoint a particular genre because if I wanted He-Man, well, I got He-Man, both castles. If I wanted G.I. Joe, I got G.I. Joe. If I wanted Voltron, I got Voltron. I had Ninja Turtles too. I had Voltron, Ninja Turtles, He-Man, G.I. Joe, and then I would throw a fit at times when I would, fuck one of them up and the same one again.
Jesus, man.
There were several instances of that. 2 of them I can think of in particular that still live with me to this day. And then I was thinking back and like,
Tell us one.
well, when I first got Adam, which is He-Man in normal form,
I know.
We are breaking it down.
Adam
today.
had white tights. First day I had him,
You colored on it.
I got hot fudge on the white tights and it stained it and it wouldn't come off and I kept trying to get it to come off and I threw a tantrum and I'm like, I just got him. He's ruined already. I need another
I think
one.
we're telling a little too much about ourselves today.
Well,
Now we're sharing.
get Tom Duff in here while we're doing all this.
Yeah, shout out to St. Louis
from the youth,
Counseling
yes.
Services.
There are a couple things that there are a few things though about the Turtles that kind of mystify me because we give them this very modest, down to earth feel. Their base was in Manhattan. Like Manhattan, cost of living is very, very expensive. So I don't know how they were able to post
Was
up
it in a
there.
sewer?
It was in a sewer drain.
Yeah, that's how.
Man, even sewers, man, that costs.
They basically
Think about
were living in under Forest Park in the River Des Peres. That's basically where they
Yeah.
if they were in St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's where they're kind of a comp, if you will.
Also, they would steal.
Also,
a lot
I
of
was
pizza.
thinking, well, they would, but that makes sense because there are a ton of pizza places here in New York. So
Are we encouraging
them stealing
though?
pizza. I mean, if they're teenage boys, I mean, they don't have a job. They're turtles.
will be
No one's
boys.
paying them to save, and no one's paying them to save lives. So I think them stealing, I think that was just proper payment. They didn't ask for much. All they wanted was pizza at the end of the day.
And they
The New
didn't
Yorkers
ask to
can't
be
supply them with
mutated.
pizzas. That's very true.
That's why Raphael
And
was
that's-
so angry, is because he's like, "We're these freaks. We're the only freaks like this in the world." That's why. I mean, you might be angry for a bit, for your life.
And then think about Big Pharma. Where are the investigations?
point.
Yeah.
Did anyone not stop? Like April O'Neil is supposed to be this great journalist, right? Why hasn't she done a story on how the turtles became turtles and how corporate America is responsible for their current form?
I think she might have.
Did she?
I thought there
Did
was
she?
something in one of the series about her doing a story on the ooze.
Well, why don't we?
I could be wrong. I'll look it up.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we vet April O'Neil?
Oh wow.
Why don't
Okay.
we look at what type of journalism she was doing, if she was
Good
even
point.
helping at all, or if she was
Sure.
hiding for the government?
Whoa.
And then think about this. Think about this.
Corporate America.
Casey Jones, right?
That's amazing.
Big hero, guy with the white beater and the hockey mask and the hockey stick. He's a vigilante. He's a white terrorist.
Oh
Why
boy.
is he allowed to go up and down the streets of New York with a hockey stick and a hockey mask, just swinging at people? He ain't the law.
Mm-hmm.
This is not how our laws work, especially in this city. So
Thank you.
there are a few questions that I wanted to raise while I was at the exhibit. No one was around to answer these questions, of course, conveniently enough.
Yeah.
But I would love to see the storyline go in that direction in the future. I want the opportunity for the turtles to make a decision on whether or not they want to continue to be turtles or live their life as real humans.
Uh-huh. Now, with
Anybody ever thought about asking them that?
no.
Great question.
Now, if Casey
Hmm.
Jones is considered a vigilante, if he were black, Travis, do you think he'd be looked upon the same way?
Hmm.
I think Casey Jones would have died episode one,
Mm.
comic book one, if he was black. If his name was Cassius,
Hmm.
Cassius?
Cassidy Jones, different conversation. Different conversation.
Needed to be said. So overall, the experience, Travis, at the exhibit, how do we feel?
Highly recommended for those who make any stop here in the near future in New York. I will say there are some screenings that are coming up this weekend, so I may turn back and head and check those out. Like I said, they split up the exhibit where they truly take a deep dive into the history of the Ninja Turtles. There's the weekend screenings this weekend are dedicated to Master Splinter and the role he played in the lives of the turtles and their missions. So knowing that they truly get to the core of Ninja Turtle fans, I give this 5 booties.
5 on a scale of 5 booties means
Respect that ass.
Travis respects that ass. A 3.5 booty or greater rating leads to that.
Ass respecting.
Ass
I
respecting.
think I would love to see them. I would love to see them really reboot it. Like they've rebooted it like 4 or 5 times over the last 10, 12 years. But I think what we saw in most recent film form with Michael Bay,
Were those bad?
um,
They
they weren't
weren't.
good. They had a couple action scenes that were. I mean, that's a Michael Bay film. You're going to
They
get
were
a few
fun
action scenes
movies.
that are just, yeah, they were fun, but it was still the CGI and the you had a Will Arnett in the movie. Not sure that was necessary. And I'm a huge fan of his. And then of course you had what's the girl, Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a layup. That's easy. I mean, come on, get somebody with some depth, some active. Where is Meryl Streep to be April O'Neil?
For the
Oh,
for the for the turtles. Okay. Got it. Well, hey,
Yes,
Travis respects that ass.
yeah,
Good
because
for you.
like Megan Fox, I'm not going to believe that she's a good journalist.
thank you.
And maybe that says a lot, though, about the actual character of April O'Neil. Maybe that leads us back to that still. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think though
hey,
there is. I think there is room. Like I love this. I think the story reason why it continues to relate is because it is about family and it is about turning around your city. And so I think that's why the turtles are so easy to root for. And it's kind of silly. Ninja Turtles, it's crazy. But and they love pizza. Like I think it was almost like you sat up in an office for an entire summer in the early 90s trying to figure out, all right, what do kids love? They love ninjas, they love turtles, they love pizza. Let's turn this into a cartoon series. And it was
The
genius because it worked.
Did you ever read the original comic?
No.
Super adult. It's a super adult
Oh
comic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Couple comments in
Oh, well,
the Facebook feed. Cankles says Travis has deep thoughts. He must have been high as shit when he was walking through there. uh, J- JVL Jackal says Cassidy. You wanted to be a 35-year-old twice divorced white woman from Arnold? Our friend and guest from Tenacious Eats. They got a big event Saturday. Chef Liz. Question, Travis, didn't Henson do the animatronics for the 1990 version better
he
than
did.
Dark and Gritty?
Yes, he did actually. As part of the Jim Henson exhibit as well. That was some of the final work that he did before he passed away, and he spent a lot of work with the producers and directors and writers coming up with a look for the one we all saw as children in movie theaters, and he absolutely designed the animatronics for the film. So yeah, good call.
Which one was Vanilla Ice involved in?
oh, I saw
He
that
was
one.
in the he was in the second one. He was in the Secret of the Ooze.
Got it.
Yeah,
Go, ninja,
that was
go,
a very nice.
ninja, go.
They had some dark moments. I will say, I don't know if as dark as the comic book as Tommy's alluding to, but in the first two films, it was heavier than the cartoon. Of course, there were some moments where um, Ralph gets jumped by the Foot Clan, and he has to do some introspection. They go out into the woods, and he has to think about life again. And then in the second one, it's about family and Master Splinter being kidnapped and saving the only father figure they had in their life. So yeah, Ninja Turtles got pretty dark and heavy from time to time.
The second one is where April did an investigation into where the ooze was.
Okay,
Secrets
all
of the
right. I
Ooze Society.
apologize. Then. All
No,
right,
it's
so
okay.
my apologies.
She's an investigative journalist. Good time to tell you about Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties. That's right. If you're a turtle, you're looking for a subterranean lair, call Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties. Right here in St. Louis, Missouri, he's helped folks all over the city find homes, sell homes. That's Tommy Bannister at Circa Properties. Contact him today. He is our realtor of choice for this show. He'll help you. Great guy and a lifetime St. Louisan here to help for you. That's Tommy Bannister at Circa Properties. If you have any questions, DM me. Let me know. I'll hook you up with him right away. Travis?
That's the beauty of That's the beauty of children's media. That's you can have that one seminal idea, that cultural phenomenon that just no one sees coming out of left field, and it just takes over the culture. And that's what happened with Ninja Turtles. Like, it was a very popular comic book series. Saturday morning cartoons finally started to really pick up, and then boom, it was the perfect timing for something like this to explode when it did.
Certainly. Black Sheep has a comment. They are teenage, but Travis will post their middle school pictures after they're shot by NYPD for stealing pizza. Hashtag fake news. Yeah,
Good point.
that's how that works. It's been a fun hour. We've got a Trav U in. We got our Fair or Foul out there. Again, if you want to participate in Fair or Foul, we'll give you $10 to Southtown Pub if you win the topic today. It's a doozy. Hashtag DPIC alternatives. That's what you would send instead of a photo. I chose a red panda, the animal, or an otter. Maybe even maybe like a keto pizza. Maybe you're trying to get with somebody who's trying to stay healthy. Those are the things I would send in place of a DPIC to arouse someone on the other side.
I'll send summer sausage.
Oh, damn it. Suggestive. Yeah, but then what if you send a summer sausage and you're working with a Vienna? Like, how does that work? Like, 'cause you
I'll
don't
send
want
a Vienna sausage.
We'll be taking a break now. We're live at Midcoast Studio.
That'll do it.
Check out midcoast.media, the show. We'll be back after a quick break. We'll get Gardner and Menthol back on the other side with the great Chris Sear. He's got a show tonight, Impolite Company. We'll be right back.